Hey everybody, I hope you are doing well. I am Afefe with Touch by Tarot. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I use a combination of traditional tarot decks and oracle decks. And today I was just in meditation, and your question for today, going into the week ahead, Spirit led me to do a reading for you on how to tap into your abundance. As many of you know, we just came out of that new moon in Taurus, right? We're officially going into Gemini season, and we also have Jupiter in Taurus for the next year. These themes around Taurus have a lot to do with our abundance, with what we have, what we own, what we value, what we're bringing in, all forms of abundance. So that's your reading this week. Going to take a look at how you can tap into your abundance. All right, let's go. I hope you're doing well. If you're new to my channel, I hope you like what you see, and if so, hit that like and subscribe button, notification bell. I typically do at least one reading a week for the week ahead, the energies of the week ahead, and then I always do a pick a card reading for the new moon and the full moon. All right. So, and then every now and again I'll slide in with something different. But for the most part, those are my regular tapings. You can always check in with me. All right. So, Spirit, tapping into their abundance. How do we tap into our abundance? Especially the coming week, but also looking to the future with with Jupiter in Taurus. Thank you. We have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That's a good way to go in, you all. The Ace of Cups. This has to do with tapping in. The way we tap in, first and foremost, is our feelings, is allowing the flow of abundance. So often we ask for things, but then it's a question of, are you really in a space to allow it? Have you made any adjustments? Have you made room for what it is that you're trying to create? All right. If you've got to, switch some things around, your routines, your habits, how you are living in a certain way in relation to your abundance. Remembering too, abundance covers all areas. We're looking at health, money, relationships, careers, all of it. What makes our life full and abundant. So we got that Ace of Cups at the bottom. How do you feel about it? How are you open to it? We have the Ten of Cups. All right. So this is, for many of you, what you're feeling and needing. The Five of Swords, that's a challenge. What you're feeling and needing around that Ten of Cups is your abundance is very much related to your home. For many of you, you may work from home. You may have, you may be in the process of wanting to sell a house, buy a house, move into a new apartment, being with your family. Your family and those around you are a source of abundance. And Spirit wants to remind you of that. You've got the Chariot. All right. That Five of Swords is, I think what Spirit is saying here, you all, is for some of us, and I always put myself in the collective, with the Five of Swords, there's different ideas about what that is that we're pushing towards. So for instance, if you're really trying to get your money, your savings, your budget under wraps, but you've got, this bill, that bill, you're not sure, maybe you're in between jobs or, reconfiguring your financial structure, well, then that's a Five of Swords energy because you've got so much going on. It's hard to tap into your abundance or to feel like everything you need is in place because you're already kind of scrambling to deal with what you've got to handle right now, your responsibilities. Also, this could be, if you've been listening to a lot of the news lately, has been filled with stories about, we're reaching the debt ceiling here in America. There's all sorts of takes about what that will mean and what the fallout of that could be, if in fact they don't do some, Congress doesn't do something about it. So there's a lot going on right now, a lot of information we're being given around money and abundance. If you've been taking in so much of that to the extent that it's got you kind of tied up and it's hard to get into that flow, that Ace of Cups that we got, right? Then there you have it. Maybe it's time to not so much, we can't put our heads in the sand and pretend things aren't happening, but we do have choices about how we choose to react to it, and how we want to keep our thinking in terms of what's possible, right? Now, I also think that's why you got the Chariot, because the Chariot is about going forward, willpower, making sure it's ruled by Cancer. So that takes me back to the idea of family with that 10 of Cups that you got. This is very much you trying to take steps to ensure that you, your home, your family, things remain safe and stable. And right now it's a bit of a struggle. I want to go in a little further on that 5 of Swords that we got. It's the 4 of Cups, feeling a little overwhelmed by what's happening. The Knight of Cups, definitely feeling a little overwhelmed, but also, and the 5 of Cups. Okay. All right. We got it. The flow of your abundance. And I think that's why Spirit gave us again this Ace at the bottom of the deck, sort of as a catalyst going into this reading, you all. What Spirit is saying clearly is to tap into your abundance. You have to, first of all, take stock of how you are feeling about what you have versus what you need. Really taking stock around that, because the 5 of Cups indicates some sort of struggle. Again, everything we're looking at is related to abundance. So there's some form of struggle, but that struggle is perhaps you having been in situations in the past where you put your faith in something, you put your effort, your energy into something, and it didn't quite turn out. There's a history there, because with that 5, we also got the 4 of Cups. And the 4 of Cups is very often where it's not that we're suffering, it's not that abundance, you don't recognize certain forms of abundance in your life right now, but it could be whatever is going on. It's just not enough. And you've kind of hit a space where you're not quite sure how to fix it. It's fixable. You know that there are other things that you can do to reap the rewards that you want and deserve at this time in your life. But there's just this question about, I know it, but that's not helping me really achieve it and know how to do it. That Knight of Cups is where I think that's a really good complement to the Ace that we got, because that's saying basically, be real, keep it real with yourself first and foremost, okay? You know better than anybody else whether you have truly done everything that you can do to secure your finances, to take better care of your health, all these areas of abundance, your relationships, your social life, how you feel about the world, how it's treating you right now, what you're getting from the universe in proportion to what you may feel like you're putting out in the world. And that's the Knight of Cups saying, keep going with the flow, just keep things in motion. Whatever you do, do not sit still. I also think, going back to the Chariot, that's why but that's the willpower. It's not just understanding, yeah, I got to take care of my bills. I got to get my finances in order. I got to think about what I have for retirement, or to take care of my kids or my grandkids, to help my family out. It's all of these things, the plans that you're making around abundance. It's healing from, having an abundance of healthcare options available to you so that you can keep your body in optimal shape. It's having these opportunities to do it. But the Chariot says you gotta go for it. It's one thing to know about it, to know it's out there, to know it's possible. And it's another thing to move on it. All right, you all? You got the Empress. Couldn't ask for better. In an abundance reading, could not ask for better. And it taps right into what we've been talking about. With the Empress energy, you all, it's what Spirit is saying, hands down, is a key to your abundance this week and beyond, is to remember that you are the co-creator of it in whatever area of your life that it's most pressing for you right now. And it's almost like adopting, instead of feeling like, I know it's possible, but will it happen for me? With the Empress, it is, I know that it is possible for me. It could even be, take this time to think about times in your life when things were rolling in, when you felt luxurious, when you felt abundant. Empress ruled by Venus, and also closely associated with the moon in terms of being able to attract, naturally attract. Not and I think, again, going back to your other major arcana that you got with the Chariot, it's this willpower to know that you are worthy, to know that you have the creativity, you have the intuition, you have the wherewithal to take care of whatever hurdles, to get past any obstacles or hurdles in order to get that, to have yours. Going back to this Five of Swords, despite all the indicators that, inflation and other things where we're all paying so much more, where even medical care has become spotty for many people, all sorts of things that are up in the air, and we're hearing about all of those things. But Spirit is saying, your guides are coming through today to say, listen, we get that. And again, we're not denying reality, but never limit yourself based on just what you hear or what you see. Remember, from the spiritual realm, it is limitless. The possibilities are limitless, and you have an opportunity, certainly through your emotions, because you've had so much water show up here. The Ace of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Five of Cups. There's so much emotion. The Ten of Cups. There's so much emotion around it. Very often they say our ability to attract is directly tied to what we feel. If you have a feeling, a hunch, a conviction inside of yourself, that feeling, so that your emotions, maybe you even get a little choked up around just how much you've managed to achieve despite obstacles, just how you have recovered from past situations, and so therefore your future still can look and mirror that, but even to a greater extent. All right, it's kind of like keeping yourself in a state of feeling what you want versus feeling what you don't want. We hear that all the time, but then we're bombarded with so many things that we don't want to happen, and we take that information in, and subconsciously we begin to, you look around and there it is. Okay, now I want to pull some oracles for you. This is a beautiful reading, you all, especially because the way the Empress came to cap it off. And you just don't get a lot more abundant than that, right? Of all the major arcana, when we talk about abundance, the Empress is our go-to card in tarot. So abundance, clearly, your spirit guides are saying, it is here for you. They hear your prayers, and it's about you staying in motion to co-create with them so that the doors will be open for you to have the abundance in all the areas of life that you most need it. Your body's power. What do we do? Staying in motion. Your body is yours. Celebrate your temple. All right? So for those of you, if this abundance that we're talking about is in the area of your physical health, as well as your financial health, other things those could be tied together. Your ability to make your money, to keep your home stable, to keep to feel prosperous and go after what you want. It does rely on your body. So for sure, this is a sign, get out there. Take a walk, do some yoga, do some stretches, get your breathing techniques underway. Take care of your body, because your body is your chariot. It is your vehicle to make your moves in the world, okay? Another one, Spirit. And the Spirit of Earth. Oh my gosh. Have faith. You are supported. Have faith. You are supported. The Empress. Extremely earthy energy. All right? Have faith. You are supported. Where your needs are being supplied, they will be supplied. Spirit has not forgotten you. And if there are, I think for you, again, it's about, or for all of us actually, it's about really being choosy about what it is that we are allowing ourselves to not just take in information, opinions, what we see going on in the world, what has happened to those around us, but remembering that no matter what that is, reality always changes. They say the only constant is change, right? So choose your thoughts, choose your purpose, and choose your beliefs and what you have faith in at this time. Relaxation. All right? Because there again, it ties in. If you've been feeling anxious, this is all about feelings, you all. This is all about about how you are processing things in your feelings. Get out of your mind a little bit maybe and get back into your body, into what you know is possible. Draw on gratitude, draw on your history, draw on times when memories when you had, things that you had to be overcome and you did it. Contentment. There's an aspect of gratitude here, which is also a feeling, being able to evoke a feeling of gratitude, because that signals to the universe, I really love having this. I love when this happened. I love when my body felt this way. I loved when I had my family around me or my friendship circle. I loved when I was able to travel, etc., etc. What did you love? What do you love? And put yourself in that space of gratitude and being content with the life that you have, in order for spirit to say, okay, we see how you're vibing on that, and so we can give you more. That's how you tap into your abundance. You have trust the niggle. What is the niggle feeling? All of this is about feelings, you all. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Trust your niggle. Trust your instincts. Trust that thing inside of you that if it's been saying, despite all of these things around me, I kind of think I'm going to be okay. Or I'm going to figure out a way to be okay. Or something's going to come toward me to point me in the right direction of how to be okay. That's how you tap into your abundance. You tap into your abundance through the feeling of that. You also have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? For sure, I am convinced for many of us, our relationship to abundance and our ability to tap into it at this time has been directly tied to what we are believing is possible based on what we've been witnessing around others. If we know lots of other people who maybe we've been helping through challenges, through health issues, and then we begin to think about our own bodies, our own mortality, it can lower our vibration, because then we're operating out of fear about the what ifs versus the contentment with what is, versus the gratitude for what is, versus the belief and the faith in what we've already overcome. Those are the boundaries that you're setting this week, and Spirit is saying, don't hesitate, to say, not so much I'm blocking out other people or I'm blocking out what's going on in the world, but I'm choosing to focus on how I want those things to operate in my reality. Okay? All right. And I'm going to give you a crystal for this week. So overwhelmingly, you all, that is your message for the week ahead. Tap into your feelings about your abundance. Be more discriminating around what kind of information you are taking in. What perhaps, for many of us, if you've got, 401k plans or you've got investments, then of course you're going to be interested and want to stay informed about what's happening with banks, what's happening with Congress, what's happening in the economy, with the economy in general. Got to stay informed. But also your faith came up here strongly. It's about choosing to believe that the energies can shift at any given time, and that the markets can go up just like, they may get a little destabilized. All right. It is about a feeling of knowing that you have what you need. The two cards that really stand out for me are the Empress and the Chariot. Those are the two that will really help you if you stay focused on the willpower to keep going. No matter what comes your way, you will have the assistance. The Chariot gives you may drive the chariot, but the Chariot gives you the mode of travel, whether it's people who will help you, the literal travel places, your car. If some of you need a new vehicle or repairs to your vehicle, that could be tied to your abundance on a practical level at this time. But it's the Empress energy that comes with that says you have the ability to attract whatever you need, but it's a feeling of knowing that it's there for you, and that you are supported, and that it will be supplied to you. All right. A crystal that will help you this week is garnet. Oh, I love that. Garnet in this deck, I don't know if you can see it up close there, but see it shows up in the root chakra. Garnet is a very stabilizing stone. It is a stone of loyalty. It is a stone where it grounds you. You also got that spirit of earth. So this is grounding you in believing. If you are really tied up in your head, if you've really been, your thoughts are just racing, maybe your dreams are, coming at you a mile a minute, or maybe even you're having trouble sleeping with insomnia because your mind is preoccupied. There's some grounding that's needed for you, and that is a key to your abundance. That garnet will certainly help you do it. It will help you feel connected to the reality of what you know is possible, and the loyalty not just of those around you, but this is definitely loyalty from your spirit team and from your spirit guides, to remember that they are there for you and you are supported. Okay, hold on to that this week. All right, everybody, I hope that was helpful. That is definitely a key to your abundance, not just this week but going forward. I'd love to hear your remarks and comments, and have a beautiful week ahead. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.